Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to be having a 2v2 on Moscow Outskirts Winter. Yes, that's right, a 2v2. It's been a long time, but I finally got around to be able to cast a 2v2, and our heroes for this 2v2 are going to be General Erich, we're going to call him Theodric, playing for the Germans. And his ally is going to be Merson. Merson, we're going to call him. Playing again for the Germans. In the yellow, of course. His opponents today, or their opponents, are going to be the Bazooka Joe, playing for the Soviets. In the red, of course. And in the purple or pink, depending on your preference, we have probably going to call him Wift. But whatever. So yeah, he's in the pink trunks. So yeah, Moscow Outskirts. We don't usually see this map a lot because it is only for 2v2s. I mean, obviously you can play it in a custom match if you wanted to, but you very rarely see any replays being uploaded from custom matches. Most of them are auto match. So yeah, it's interesting. It's just, obviously the frozen version of Moscow Outskirts. So while this goes on and the capping is taking place and we're going to see our first small engagement in the center, we're going to talk about some obvious things here. And the reason I am also putting some, threads on this is the overlay. You may notice that it is, well, different from what I've done before. So I'm going to need a lot of feedback from you guys. And, well, first off, you can tell we got colors over here. Yes, it looks kind of funky that other things are weird colors, like the fact that they're being attacked is in blue. Kind of the only option I had there to change those colors. I don't really have those awesome programs, but I don't know. I just decided to put colors on those units to, make it a little bit more obvious of who it is that is fighting around, right? So let me know what you think of that. Then, if you take a look at the left-hand side over here, well, I'm not going to be using the player names. We're just going to have to use the control key to keep an eye on that and remember who the players are. But we have a little overlay there that I set up that I also need your feedback on, which is going to show the unit count and the commander selection of both the enemy players. It's a little bit small. I didn't want to obstruct the entire screen that much. But yeah, there it is. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, that's about it. As far as player names, well, the game doesn't actually give you the player names unless you hover about it, so we're just going to have to exercise those memory muscles. And basically, it's aligned so that Bazooka Joe is the red player, and it's the one on the top, so it's the guy over here. So this top enemy one corresponds to... Ooh, squat down. Corresponds to Bazooka Joe. And then under him is his ally, Wift, and he is right there under him. So just keep in mind. So this is Bazooka Joe, and this is Wift. And then obviously the yellow one is the yellow one, and the main one is, well, the main one. So that's about it. So enough of that. Let's see what we can find in the game. So small engagements over here on the left-hand side that we saw. We ended up losing a Grenadier squad for, what's his name? Wow. I got to exercise my muscles. Merson. There it goes. Sending more Grenadier squads in that direction. So he's going to try to retake control of this map, but there are two conscript squads on the left-hand side. Center map, we have some MG42s trying to hold off Pios, and we also have some scout cars for Bazooka Joe on the field. Tech-wise, we see Tier 1 for Theodric, Tier 1 for Merson, so nothing, weird there. We also have Tier 1 down for Bazooka Joe, and Tier 2 for Wift. So, yeah, a little bit of a combined arms effort there for the Soviets players. You actually do see that quite a bit, so very nice. Allows one to get those mobile scout cars and things, and the other one to set up with weapons and assets and orders. So scout car going into the center with a flamethrower upgrade combat engineers. The Pios are running straight into that flamethrower, and they're going to get cooked. One of them goes down instantly, and the MG42 is now flanked by the scout car. Scout car managing, actually taking some decent amount of damage to that MG42. The MG42 turns around, and actually just sets up in a different angle, covering the approach. While there is a MG42 for Theodric in the church that is now getting harassed completely by the half-track. Keep in mind that weapon teams already take 25% increased damage, so they're very easy to take out. And inside buildings, they also take some additional damage because flamethrower weapons are designed to flush out units from inside houses. So I'm not sure if it's 50 or 25% also increased. But yeah, mortars and flamethrowers do extra damage to units inside of buildings to try to flush them out. Anyways, the sniper went down for Thadric. The scout car just dances away, and it's down to about 5% health and will remain alive. Up in the north, we see some heavy engagements. Oh, nice mortar shot there by the Soviets, hitting that Grenadier squad down to 2 men. Oh my god, a second shot right exactly where the other one landed and takes out the entire squad on the retreat. Very nice there for the Soviets. One Grenadier squad at 1 man barely makes it out alive, and we now see that Whiff is going to be able to control the north, and is going to start moving up. He has the Maxim machine gun already set up covering the approach. He has a mortar behind it, and a Maxim machine gun on retreat. And on the far right-hand side, the scout car just sneaks behind enemy lines to capture territory and get repaired at the same time. Left-hand side, we see that Merson is trying as much as he can to push back onto the left-hand side with his Grenadiers and Pioneers, but he is getting pushed back quite severely by Bazooka Joe. Bazooka Joe now has shock troops on the field. We can take a look at Doctrine selection. We see that Merson has already selected his Doctrine, and that is the Storm Doctrine. Very interesting Doctrine. We don't see it used a lot, at least not in 1v1s. And we also see that Bazooka Joe selected his Doctrine, obviously, because he has shock troops. And the Doctrine for Bazooka Joe is the Shock Rifle Frontline Tactics, which means later on we're probably going to see some KV-8s and IS-2, so a very tough Doctrine. Scout car on the field for Merson, so he went tier 2 already, and he's trying to chase down that shock troop squad. Does upgrade the autocannon on this scout car, which isn't a bad idea considering that he has seen, or they already know, that there are Soviet scout cars on the field, so if he catches one out of position, he can take it down very quickly. And again, it doesn't really take away from the main anti-infantry capabilities of the scout, so that's fine. And left-hand side, Pyro's going for the cap. Maxim machine gun setting up in the center, fighting against the MG42. The MG42 does get off the first burst and gets a suppression off on the MG42, but the MG42 decides to reposition itself for some reason. It's going to open up once again on that Maxim machine gun. The Maxim machine gun still suppressed. The scout car moving in for support, and with the heavy cover in this MG42, the MG42 will be able to win the fight against that Maxim machine gun. Maxim machine gun realizes it is out of luck right now and has to move. And the mortar now in place, taking shots, actually hit right there and killed the gunner. The gunner now sits up and is going to run away. Truck absorbing one of those mortar shots, and the mortar is also forced to retreat due to the scout car. The scout car now going over to the right-hand side. We do have a German half-track on the field for Thadric, and he is engaging against conscripts over here on the right-hand side. Mine hitting laying down, the Maxim machine gun setting up in the middle of the road, opening up on the scout car as it tries to chase down the retreating conscript squad, and the scout car for the Soviets retreats up in the north. Maxim machine gun now flanked, gonna have to retreat, and the scout car doing as much damage as it can down to 2 men. Can it actually take it out? Should be able to take it out if it decides to chase it down to 1 man, and there it goes. Didn't even need to move. Maxim machine gun cleared out, and Thadric could actually pick it up for himself, and I would personally suggest that he does, or that he destroy it. You're not going to be taking your enemy's weapons, at least destroy them, so he cannot recover them. But he does get himself the Maxim machine gun. Sorry, we can see right here. Here, right there. Maxim machine gun is picked up, and the half-track is in the zone to reinforce. Very nice usage there of his units for Thadric. Center map, that scout car just continuing on a harassing run, being very aggressive. Bazooka Joe getting the center victory point, but he is being, well, harassed for now. The Pyos for Thadric just moving into combat to try to support, but too much damage already getting inflicted on that scout car. The shock troops move in with their SMGs, and while now not quite potent, it is constant and, persistent damage, and unfortunately the scout car goes down even after getting better in T2. Which, if you recall, no longer provides defensive buffs. Excuse me a second. Sorry about that if you heard it, but yeah, still a little bit under the weather. Anyways, so Blizzard coming down on top of everybody. We see some Grenadiers hold up in the house, taking a Molotov to the face, but it is a big church, so the Molotov doesn't do a lot. Half-track up in the north does take a damaged engine. Not exactly sure to what that was. Well, might have been just to standard fire, or it took an 18-8 from the conscripts. We do have guard rifles up in the north for whiff, so that half-track would take you know, damage, and it is possible to always just get a crit directly onto the edge of standard anti-vehicle weapons. So the half-track trying as hard as it can to back off. The Blizzard is providing some defense for it, but the conscripts are able to move into range to be able to see it, giving side range to those guard rifles, and the PTRS rifles go off. And unfortunately, that half-track is toast. Center map. Mercen's half-track also moving in. Grenadiers there for support. And we now have Doctrines for Thaedric. Thaedric selects himself the Festung Armor Doctrine. So we're probably going to be seeing those railway artilleries getting used quite heavily later on. And I believe he also has a command tank. Yeah, so he can probably get himself a command tank after that. No additional tech for our German players as far as I can see. And we do see a tank already on the field for Whift. That's a T-34. He goes for Tier 3 right now. And that is very nice. Tier 2, Tier 3. We're probably going to assume that Bazooka Joe is going to be going Tier 4. Having a fully combined arms Soviet army, basically. Left-hand side, the half-track is just moving around in the Blizzard, since it doesn't have to worry about freezing. And it's going to run straight into some shock troops. Those shock troops are going to take quite a bit of damage to that half-track if they don't retreat. And they are currently unsupported. Center map, conscripts just pushing forward. The MG42 getting Molotoved in the face. The Pioneer down to one man, forced to retreat. MG42 gets cleared out by the conscripts. Now we have Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers trying to hold the line in the center. Grenadiers getting frozen. The Panzer Grenadiers are in a little bit of cover right now, so they're fine. Ooh, a nasty shot there by a T-34 actually nails one of those Panzer Grenadiers. Small arms fire takes down the second one, and that is one Panzer Grenadier man left alone. Needs to retreat. Grenadiers are also in a lot of trouble here. Molotov landing on top of everybody. Hits a retreat on the Panzer Grenadier. The Panzer Grenadier takes a shot by the T-34 and gets annihilated. The one-man Grenadier squad also retreating. T-34 shoots, but misses, and is going to make it out alive. Heavy losses there for the German forces in the center, and we have the conscripts, well, in range of picking up an MG42. However, that would sacrifice an entire squad since they are alone. Shock troops hold up in the house against that half-track. The half-track still trying to capture it. No, I don't think it actually captured anything. No. Okay. No, it did. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it has a Grenadier squad inside. It didn't show it. What the hell? Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay. So the half-track was moving with the Grenadier squad inside. Goes in for the cap on that fuel point and manages to get it. Right-hand side, T-34 getting repaired. We have some guard rifles and MG42. Sorry, not MG42. That is a Maxim machine gun. A nice rifle nade on the Maxim machine gun down to the one man. Return nade onto the Grenadiers. Annihilates one of them and it, in fact, explodes the tank shell completely. The Grenadiers try to take out the Maxim machine gun. They do manage to take it out. However, it is in enemy territory, essentially. So it will be able to be picked up again by the Soviet forces. The Grenadier squad trying to hold its ground against the Maxim machine gun because it's getting flanked by a Panzer Grenadier squad. Very nice move there by both players. Very nice coordination. And the Panzer Grenadiers looks like they are going to be the ones to go for the Maxim machine gun. And yeah, they're going to pick it up and retreat. So it's going to be quite a heavily armed as well. They do get those Stormgewehrs, but a quite durable Maxim machine gun with Panzer Grenadiers manning them. So T-34 in the center, getting engaged by a pack gun from Mercen. Mercen manages to force it away, but it doesn't actually take any shots. Well, any hits, that is. And the Maxim machine gun is out of trouble, needs to retreat. Retreat it out. Oh no, the Maxim machine gun is setting up where it was going to. There is a pack gun, however, there for support, so that T-34 thinks otherwise and takes another shot, has to back off, and there it goes. Some losses happened somewhere, but I didn't actually check where. Bunkers now down in the base for both players. It's very nicely positioned. It's positioned here so that I believe they should be able to heal up both players. I'm not exactly sure if that happens though, but all these guys are ignoring the Panzer Grenadiers over here because they're probably at full health already. And some small engagements in the center. Victory point-wise, 475 for the Germans, 401 for the Soviet players. The German players sitting quite comfortably. Maxim machine guns just ripping into those conscripts as they approach, down to 2 men. do manage to get the flank, but they get annihilated by the small arms fires of everything. Remember, these guys do have their storm gewehren there, which will provide them quite a bit of firepower. This is for the max machine gun, like I said. So yeah, I mean, even though you can flank it, those storm gewehren are going to do a lot of damage. Center map, some engagements going down. We have Grenadiers trying to go for the victory point, but shock troops are right in front of them, trying to stop them. A nice rifle lane on top of those shock troops does manage to clear them out quite effectively, down to 2 men, and get cleared out completely. The pack gun actually takes out one of them, while the small arms fires finish up the last one. Grenadiers holding the line against the conscripts. The conscripts are now veteran C3, but they are getting assaulted by veteran C3 and veteran C2 Grenadiers as well. A nice shot there by that IS-2 for Bazooka Joe already on the field. I didn't mention it, but Whiff got himself guard rifle combined arms tactics. So the only call-in ones are going to be from here. The Grenadier squad gets annihilated by that IS-2. The IS-2 pushes forward. Pack-ons are on the field and are going to take some shots at that IS-2, but it is an IS-2, so it will take multiple shots for it to go down, and it's not going to go down just like that. So the IS-2 backs off, still in range of that pack gun, but not in sight range. Moves further. Pack gun takes aim and is, oh my god, takes a nasty shot there from the front from the IS-2, getting cleared out of nade falling on the pack gun, and the pack gun gets cleared out completely by the guard rifles, and the IS-2 is down to about half health, so it can absorb a lot of damage. Second pack gun in the zone, taking some shots as it can. The pack gun is packed up. PTRS rifle picked up by one of those Grenadier squads, and a DP light machine gun gets dropped by the guard rifles that got annihilated, although it is retreating, so it took a lot of damage, but it's still there. But we now have a Grenadier squad with PTRS rifles, which will kind of help out the Soviet forces. I mean, the German forces, sorry. Panzer Grenadiers with Shreks penetrating behind enemy lines are going to go for that Maxim machine gun. The Maxim machine gun might get cleared out, although they only have 2 storm gewehren, but it is very weak, so it does manage to clear it out. And he is pursuing that T-34, but a second T-34 just moves in to harass the Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers now retreating, but getting intercepted or interrupted by the T-34. Gonna go down. I doubt it's gonna make it out alive. It has to run through a lot of things. And with the T-34 pursuing it, that Panzer Grenadier squad is not meant for this world. The IS-2 decides to take a shot, and down it goes. Fortunately for the German forces, the Shreks do not get dropped and picked up. But now we have a, what is it called? Crap, I forgot what it's called. Let me double check it here. It's for the motherland. Well, tactical movement. Never mind, that's one of the ones for the Soviets. Yeah, tactical movement being used by Merson and his Grenadiers, and all units are just running into the field. But they run into some Molotovs. Sorry about that again. Trying to not make some weird, ugly noises on the microphone. Anyways, right-hand side, Panzer Grenadiers going for a little bit of a nade toss on that Maxim machine gun. Clears out 2 of them, forces a retreat, and we do have an LMG dropped on the world, which those guard rifles are going to gladly pick up, considering that they lost one of their DP light machine guns. So you can see them there with a combined set of weapons. They only have 1 PTRS rifle, so they're not as good against vehicles. I should probably just follow them like that. And yeah, 1 PTRS rifle, 1 DP light machine gun, and 1 LMG now picked up. So still quite potent against infantry. Grenadiers over here on the right-hand side getting harassed by everything. They're on their own, so they're not really going to win this fight. They're going to try to go for the cap, take a nasty shot there by the T-34s. Down 2 men, and they do manage to get the cap on that victory point, but get annihilated as they try to retreat, and down goes a Grenadier squad. Center map, we have some, a pack gun getting stolen by Bazooka Joe, his IS-2 making quick work of the crew in it apparently. And we now have a Pack 43 on the field for Thadric, and he is opening up directly on that IS-2. Taking nasty shots there to the side armor. The IS-2 is down to about half health. Takes a crew shock and another shot by the Pack 43. Down to a sliver of health. Can he finish it off? And the answer is going to be no. It looks like the... Oh, it missed. Damn, that was a very close shot, but it missed. Oh, well, that is quite unfortunate. Pack 43, quite impressive range, but not a lot when you compare it to the map. It just covers the section here. Right-hand side, we do have some T-34s maneuvering. This Pack 43 is in range to support there, but there is no vision range for it to be able to take shots at. And left-hand side, Grenadiers just retreating in the face of shock troops. Shock troops, shock troops, shock troops. And a conscript squad with a DP light machine gun, it looks like. Yeah, very nice that. Veteran Z2 gives them accuracy, so yeah, they're going to be quite fine. Further up north, more German troops from Stadrich just penetrating enemy lines. We see a mortar getting cleared out by the Pioneers at Veteran Z2, very nice. Now, a correction that I was very gladly made. Ooh, out of control for that T-34. Pack 43 probably turned in that direction. Yeah, there it is. I mentioned in a previous game that Pioneers and Combat Engineers don't get any combat buffs with their veterancy, that it's only focused on repairing, and that is actually not true. While the description does say that, you can see here that Veterancy 2 says mechanical techniques improve the squad's repair time, and that says combat expertise reduce the risk of repairing while under fire. So yeah, that's just mentioning that, yeah, they repair faster, and then in Veterancy 3 they also repair faster, but they no longer take additional damage while repairing in combat. But hidden in that, and I went and checked, and yeah, they actually get an accuracy bonus. I think it's like 20% in Veterancy 2. So they get more accurate in Veterancy 2. And then at Veterancy 3 they get 15% more accuracy, I think. And on top of that, they get a 15% cooldown reduction, meaning they shoot faster. So yeah, it's not mentioned right there in the game, but they do get that. Oh, nice bundle late, but the chuck do get out of range. Very nice. And in fact, I'm gonna look it up while the game goes and make sure that I got the right information. And we see here being used a incendiary barrage, that is by Bazooka Joe. Right on top of that Pack-on, the Pack-on does move out, but it's still in the fire, so it's taking some damage. Doesn't look like it's too much damage, but yeah, it's still there in range. Mearson manages to get his Pios into the center point, bleeding, but not quite severely. Match is quite even at victory points right now. It's 400, or well, 399 for the German forces and 394 for the Soviets, so pretty much anybody's game at this point. Mearson pulling back his forces here, getting pushed off of the center. The Panzer Grenadiers trying to hold the line. DP line machine gun conscripts getting a flank on these Panzer Grenadiers, which are getting fronted by shock troops, and they do force a retreat. Pack gun gonna get cleared out. This is actually gonna get stolen by the shock troops. That is the question. There is a conscript squad nearby that could steal it very quickly and get out of there, or they might just decide to destroy it, but it is full health, so it might take a while. And okay, well, while we wait, here we go. The Pioneers, yeah, it's 20% accuracy at Veterancy 2, and then 15% accuracy at Veterancy 3 with a 15% cooldown reduction. So yeah, I was right with what I mentioned, and yeah, that's how it's gonna happen. What is that? Oh my god, so artillery guns on the field for Whiff. He's the one that can move the artillery, and it's shooting straight at that Pack 43, it looks like. Although it's hitting around over here. Remember that blizzards and the lack of sight range actually makes it so that your shots are less accurate and have more scatter for artillery. So if you artillery into an area where you can see, it's going to be more accurate than if you're artillerying into the fog war. It's not something that's usually said, but it is a fact. So yeah, you can see there that it looks like the artillery was shooting at this thing, but it's just scattered all the way around because it was shooting into the blind. IS-2 left-hand side, she's moving around. Center map pretty much in control of Bazooka Joe. We have a Grenadier squad penetrating behind enemy lines, trying to go for something, it looks like. The AT gun or stolen Pack-on just backing off. The artillery gun is right in front of the enemy base, and it doesn't look like there's a second artillery gun anywhere, so going to be kind of hard to get there. We see a second IS-2 on the field for Bazooka Joe, so that's going to be very difficult for the German players to deal with. They actually don't have anything on the field. They do go for tier 4 and getting themselves a Panther, so at least one Panther is on the field, one armor, one tank for the German players, and that's it. You know, versus all the things here that the Soviet players have. But we do have a artillery gun or Mearson, and it is shooting in the artillery gun's direction. It's hitting the base, it looks like. Where are the shots flying? There comes the shot, and where is he shooting? Back here? Yeah, I think it's probably trying to shoot the artillery gun, but again, oh, that was a nice shot. Didn't really look impressive, but hit right next to it. Panther over here on the right-hand side, able to control the area. We have them stolen Maxim machine guns and MG42s, just defending that pack. And left-hand side, we see the IS-2s going for a base raid scenario here onto General Daedrix and Mearson's base. And there's nothing there to support. We have a Panzer Grenadier squad with no Shreks, and the Panther is running back as fast as it can to try to support. The PaK-43 gun does get turned around, and it does not have enough range into the base, only the sector of the base, so the IS-2s are out of harm's way. Panzer Shreks on the Panzer Grenadiers do get upgraded. Gonna throw some barrages off on that IS-2, getting hit in return, however, so they're gonna have to be reinforcing on the fly. And the base only takes a little bit of damage, not a lot really. Well, base sector, the MG does go down, unfortunately. The pack still there, just turning around, but not able to do much. Should probably turn itself around. Panther does move into the zone and is going to take some shots at those IS-2s, but not going to be doing quite a lot of damage. Tier 2 going to be going down for Mearson, and I don't think he's going to be able to stop that. IS-2 now very heavily damaged, down to about 33% health. Panther taking some shots directly from the IS-2, returns shot to the other one, and breaks it down to about 25% health, and it decides to back off. Panzer Grenadiers is moving in for a little bit of a flank on that IS-2, going to get a barrage off from one of the Shreks, misses, and the IS-2 are forced to retreat. They're going to stay alive, Tier 2 still up, and that was quite a close call. Railway artillery called into the center. I believe it was called in to destroy that house, and it did so quite effectively. And the Payos and Panzer Grenadiers just moving up. This pack gun is not going to get cleared out. There is a Maxim machine gun, or two Maxim machine guns behind it for support. So that means it's going to be able to sneak out. There is a Pioneer squad going in for a flank apparently, but it doesn't really have a lot of firepower to do that with. And back at base, we see the Panthers getting produced more. We have two Panthers now on the field for the German forces, both of them being Daedrix, and they are going to try to fight against those IS-2s. The IS-2 now retreating all the way back to its base, it looks like, back behind their own lines, and going to get some repairs. Grenadiers retreating in the face of the IS-2. The IS-2 going to take a shot as they retreat. We'll probably get some kills. These guys are clumped up, but they actually stop right on time, and the IS-2 misses. It was anticipating their movement, but they, well, they miss. Medic bunker trying to heal up everything that it can, and the Panther getting some repairs. Nasty shot there by artillery into the base. Gets an entire Grenadier squad cleared out. Ooh, that was quite painful. Panzer Grenadier squad on the field, but Soviet artillery being quite brutal. Panther in the center taking some shots from the IS-2. The IS-2 taking some shots in return, down to about 75% health. The Panther decides to back off and live to fight another day. It is not supported right now, so it cannot really hope to win the fight, especially with the pack gun moving in for support there for the IS-2. Second Panther almost fully repaired now at about 25% away. Medic bunker taking a nasty shot, and the MG42 getting cleared out as it moves in. The pack gun does get cleared out completely, however, so that is quite unfortunate for the German forces. Still have some MG42s in the way trying to hold the line. We have a constant squad going for the victory point, and the points are now down to 295 for the German forces and 387 for the 292 for the Germans, 387 for the Soviets. Blitzkrieg being used on the Panther. The Panther is going on the chase for that IS-2. The IS-2 is very low in health, going to get flanked completely by that Panther. Going to take a shot to the rear armor if it can. Panther, however, is going to go down. Combined shots from the IS-2s are going to clear it out. and the Panther went on a suicide mission, which it did not manage to win. Does clear out one of the IS-2s, takes a railway artillery on the other IS-2, and gets out of there. Very nice shot there. Clears out that Grenadier squad and does some damage to the IS-2. But the IS-2, well, actually, I think it was the Pack-Up probably, manages to turn around, gets a shot of the spear, and down goes the Panther. Sacrificial Panther there, but it did manage to clear out at least one of those IS-2s, which is quite useful for the German forces. Second IS-2 now down to about half health, and we do have more Panthers on the field. Merson also going for tier 4 himself, getting more Panthers. We have one Panther getting repaired outside of the base, and this Panther is going on the hunt, trying to get some shots off on that IS-2. There is pack guns, however, on the field that are stolen, that need to get cleared out. Grenadier guard rifles as well, taking some shots at the Panther, but the Panther manages to stave off all damage from those PTRS rifles, just deflecting it from the frontal armor, and is not damaged at all. Maxim machine gun, no MG42 in the center over here, all alone, gets almost flanked by the conscripts, but manages to turn around right in time and forces them away. But the north and right hand side is pretty much already completely covered by Soviet forces. Panther goes into the center, right in front of that pack gun, going to take some shots to the frontal armor. The Panzer Grenadiers right there, going to try to clear it out, but the pack gun will take another shot. No, manages to get it cleared out before a second shot goes down, but the other stolen pack gun is taking shots to the side armor. That Panther is gone. There it goes. And that is quite unfortunate for Pearson. Panzer Grenadiers try to hold the line and throw a barrage, but down to one man. Gonna get it cleared out. Can they make it out alive? It is veteran T3, but doesn't matter. Gets cleared out by those PTRS rifles, in fact. Panthers going over to the right-hand side, going to try to clear out those T-34s. T-34 is currently disabled, down to a sliver of health and with no weapon. The Panther is on the hunt. There are mines nearby, but they haven't gotten finished, so that mine is just sitting there for Bazooka Joe. AT gun just trying to stop that Panther from advancing. The other T-34 is probably going to go for the ram on the Panther and try to stop it. And no, gets itself right in front of it. And the Panther will be continuing on. There is more AT guns there. Second Panther moves in for the flank on that T-34. The T-34 is down to about half health. The Panther itself is also down to about half health. Down goes the T-34, and the second T-34 is going to get cleared out. So a small victory there for the German forces. Manages to break the right-hand side flanks armored forces, at least. So they are going to only have to deal with that IS-2. The IS-2 is currently in the center of the map. They are going for a flank. There is a artillery gun right there that they can clear out. They need to clear it out, and they will clear it out because there's nothing there to stop them. Taking some shots at the weapon itself. The weapon itself doesn't actually show you its health because it's showing you the health of the units inside. So until they get cleared out, you won't know exactly how healthy the weapon is, which is quite unfortunate. I would hope that it would fix that. But yeah, you can see there, they finally shoot the weapon itself, clear it out, and down goes the artillery gun for the Soviet forces. So a very nice move here by Thadric with his Panthers going on for a flank. We do get a destroyed engine on this Panther, unfortunately, so it's gone for this world. Actually ends up losing its weapon as well, so that means it can't really do anything anymore. It's just going to crawl slowly, trying to get out of range, but it's just going to end up dying to something, probably an AT gun. Panther going straight into the center, going to run into the back of that IS-2, taking some shots from the pack gun. The pack gun turns around, takes another shot, but bounces it off, and the IS-2 now faces its forward armor to that Panther. Panther keeps getting shot from the pack gun, needs some infantry support there to clear it out. Railway artillery right on top of that pack gun, takes it out completely, and another shot is going to land right on top of that IS-2. The Panther moving in. Oh, that was actually a direct artillery shot at an abandoned IS-2. Can the Soviet forces take it? Well, that all depends if the artillery gun doesn't clear it out first. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, artillery gun finishes off that IS-2. It looks like the pilots were running down there to potentially pick it up and take it for themselves, but well, once the barrage goes off, you can't really stop it, even though I think you can if you kill it manually, but usually you just leave it. Incendiary barrage getting called in by Bazooka Joe right into the center of everything there, forces away the infantry, and the Panther as well retreats, deciding to just go back and repair. The shock troops really unopposed now since there are no base sector MGs to stop them, not in that approach. They go straight at that artillery gun and they're going to clear it out. No, they actually only do a little bit of damage to it. The shock troops are holding there, and we do have The MG42 just setting up there, forcing the retreat. A bunker getting replaced would probably not go amiss here, just setting up another one around here or something. And finishing it off, but well, we'll see. But victory point-wise, we now have the Germans down to 201 points, while the Soviets are still sitting at 387, so they have a lot of time and the map control in their favor to just simply finish the game. We have one tank on the field for the Soviets, and that is another IS-2 for Bazooka Joe, so going straight for the IS-2s, no tech, just tier 1, straight into Collins. So not bad there, very nice. But we have... see, we don't really have a lot of resources and manpower. We do have a lot of fuel. Whiff could be getting himself a lot of tanks. I don't know why he's not spamming those T-34s, but I guess he's just reinforcing the units he has. IS-2 heads into the center. The Grenadiers were trying to go for the cap, but with MG42s and Maxim machine guns shooting at it, they get pinned down quite instantly and forced away. Panther taking some shots at the IS-2 as it approaches, and we do have the German artillery gun taking some shots as it can. Only 9 kills to this gun, however, so not really that impressive, but trying to clear out that Maxim machine gun, it looks like. Yeah, the shots are landing right there. Not sure why the effects are not going off, making it look a little bit less awesome, but I guess too many effects going on at the same time. Incendiary barrage again right in the center. That Maxim machine gun, no, MG42. Taking quite a beating to the fire, but manages to crawl out of its range. The Panthers are just circling around in the center. They're actually hunting for that that IS-2. Well, there are guard rifles and AT guns nearby to support it. They are, however, on the hunt, and the guard rifles might be able to get a buttoning down on one of those Panthers. But the Panthers are still going around, trying to chase down that IS-2. The IS-2 is taking some damage, but not a lot. The AT gun is not turned around, needs to turn around to focus on that Panther and try to support its friend here. The Panther in the center is getting a little bit harassed by these guard rifles and trying to go for the crush, but it doesn't manage to do so. And the Panther gets crew shocked by the IS-2. The AT gun just shoots at its rear armor, and it's now just going to get out of its range and out of its line of sight with the collapsed church and get out of there. Conscripts do move in range. I'm probably going to throw an 18-8. No, they don't actually manage to do so. The Panthers are just circling around, not able to do much. They're actually getting harassed themselves because of those guard rifles. But with another Panther there for support, there's a lot of Panthers on the field. We also have a scout car. Very interesting choice. Very damaged, but, well, we have a scout car. So the Panthers trying to hold off that IS-2. They actually have it surrounded, so that IS-2 isn't in a very great position right now. It's going apparently for the kill on this other Panther, but this this Panther over here has almost cleared out that guard rifle. They even dropped one of their DP light machine guns, and the Panther is getting flanked. This IS-2 has this Panther has a damaged engine. The IS-2 is down to about half health. The Panthers are moving around. This Panther is trying to go for the flank. Now has Veterancy 2, it improves the tracking of the turret, and down goes the IS-2. No Panther lost in this movie. And yeah, that was a little bit weird that Bazooka Joe decided to do that. I suppose he does have a lot of fuel. He still has 205 fuel left, but I don't know. So the Panther over here is just trying to crawl out of range. The AT gun there still in range to shoot it. We have some Panzer Grenadiers moving to the right-hand side. We have Pio sneaking around for the victory points, trying to slow it down to 100 points for the German players, but they do manage to at least stop it for now. We do have a shock troop, however, going down to the victory point, which they will cap, and the Pios are just sitting in the flames trying to regain some heat. This this Panzer Grenadier squad is going to go for the AT gun. Needs to clear it out and force it away before the blizzard breaks, so that the AT gun can't clear off this Panther. And there goes the Panzer Grenadiers right on top of that AT gun, going to clear it out. Veterans 2 lost, and the Maxim machine gun turns its sights on the Panzer Grenadiers, but the Panzer Grenadiers manage to flank it and force away the Maxim machine gun, and they might even be able to capture the point. So very nice there by Cedric. managed to keep his Panther alive for a little bit longer. Needs to get some piles on top of it ASAP, but he is focusing on the ones that are combat capable right now, so I can't really blame him. He is, you know, slowly moving down the way, but it is going to take a while. In the meantime, he's going to be repairing the other ones. Another 18 gun getting cleared out by Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer Grenadiers just having a field day right now with all these weapon teams on the field, and T-34 moves in for support, clears out one of the Panzer Grenadiers, and the 18 gun will probably make it out alive. So 100 points left for the Germans, 383 now for the Soviet forces. Can the German players turn it around? Well, they are running out of time. Panzer Grenadier Squad gets cleared out by the T-34. A little bit too greedy there for Thadric. Now needs to replace it. He does call in railway artillery on top of something, but I don't know what it was. We're here. We're here. We're here. There you go. Wow. Squad gets cleared out. What was it anyways? Looks like it might have been a conscript squad there. Oh. Tries to go in for the cap on that victory point, manages to get a decap, but a railway artillery gets called in right on top of it, and it clears out one of the squads. Another shot's coming in, and oh, almost clears out that guard rifle, but I don't think another shot's going to go off. Will it? No. Okay, so the guard rifle will make it out alive, and capture the point. So that's quite unfortunate for the Soviet players. They're now starting to bleed again, down to 93. So again, they are running out of time. It is going to get very down to the wire. So German forces just trying to leak their wounds. Panther now up to full strength. Another Panther back to full strength, and the scout car is actually queued up in the orders to repair. That scout car is going to get repaired instantly. Look at that. Those are, well, those are two. I thought this one was also going for that, but no. Command tank on the field for Thadric. Well, look at that scout car. And where's the other Panther? The other Panther is getting repaired over here. So a lot of piles for the German forces, just repairing their armor as fast as they can. AT guns and T-34s just set up there for support, stopping those tanks as they approach, but not being able to do quite a lot. Guard rifle getting cleared out again. Another DP light machine gun drop, and the guard rifle is getting chased down by that Panther. The Panther is going all the way past the lines. The AT gun now getting flanked. Second AT gun setting up, and also not being able to get any nice shot at it. And the T-34 is going to get shot by that Panther. That Panther is Veterans 2, which gives it increased mobility, I believe, at least the turret. And the other Panthers are just sitting behind enemy lines. The command tank is now going forward. The Panther has taken some shots from the AT guns, but the T-34 does go down, and the Panther now going to try to focus on the AT guns and clear them out. Panther Grenadiers moving in for the flank on the AT guns, going to be able to clear them out very quickly. Down goes one of the AT guns, and the second one is now focusing on the command tank. The command tank is taking a nasty shot of the frontal armor. The Panther Grenadiers are there for support, but the AT gun is still shooting at it. So that command tank might go down. We see that the Panther is the one being focused on in control. Panzer IV down to about a sliver of health. The Panzer Grenadiers just need to move forward, but there is a MG42 there pinning them down. Command tank pushes back, and the AT gun actually tries to focus down the Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer Grenadiers now in range. They throw a bundle aid on top of the AT gun and run, but the, oh no, it does actually clear it out. I thought the frontal shield, you know, the armor of the AT gun would have absorbed the nade because it landed in front of it, but it did manage to kill two of the guys, making it so that the last guy ran away. So very nice. Command tanks trying to hold the line in the center. We have no AT guns. We have a Panther moving in through the left-hand side. So this might be the turning point for the Soviet forces. They have managed to batter the, for the German forces, they have battered the Soviet forces and are doing quite a lot of damage. The command tank providing defensive buffs to its units in the zone, making it even harder. Command tank now down to a sliver of health, however, so they might get taken out. This AT gun did get recruited, and the command tank does go down. A little bit of a slip up there for Thadric, but incendiary barrage landing right on top of everything, forcing the tanks to move. Guard rifles trying to hold their line. Artillery barrage right on top of where that Panther is. This Panther needs to get the hell out of there, or it might get hit by its own artillery. And the Panthers are on the left-hand side, just holding the line. So at the very least, the German forces have managed to stop the bleeding at 11 points. That is very close. Now 366 left for the Soviet forces, so they only really need to recover 2 points for a little while, and that will be it. Northern side, Pioneers did go for the cap, so it's currently a triple cap against the Soviet forces. but the Maxim machine gun over here will pin them down and clear them out if they don't retreat. Ooh, a nasty shot there by, what was that? A strafing run by somebody. Who is it, actually? That would be... Whiffed. Yeah, the Sturbovic. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't recognize it. So yeah, Sturbovic run goes down here, actually takes out one of the Panthers. But all the units move out of range. Another IS-2 on the field for Bazooka Joe. He's trying to go for the points, and the other Panther comes in for the flank. Gets a very nice shot off on that IS-2, down to about 30% health. Getting assaulted by 3 Panthers at the same time. Not a very easy fight. One of them backs off, but the IS-2 does go down. Blitzkrieg hit on this Panther, and the Panther gets the hell out of there. Popping smoke on one of the other Panthers, breaking line aside, and they get out of there very easily. However, victory points are being taken. We do have 1 victory point already taken by the Soviet forces, and the northern one is getting recapped as well. We have some Panzer Grenadiers moving in, trying to clear it out. We have a 2nd Panzer Grenadier squad moving in for support, but the Maxim machine gun is going to be able to stop that. We have a bunker over here on the left-hand side from Mearson. Hasn't gotten upgraded with an MG42, it doesn't look like. Nope. Trying to hold that victory point. And a Grenadier squad is moving down. Panzer Grenadiers do manage to get behind the lines of this Maxim machine gun and are going to try to clear it out, but the points are bleeding down to 7. Oh my god, this is going to be very close. Is this going to be the end for the German forces? Tune in next time. 6 points, 5 points. They do manage to clear out the infantry, and they're trying to get the decap. 5 points, no one in the center. Left-hand side, we do have a unit going for the cap, but we do have the MG42 down to 3 points, down to 2. Oh my god, stopping the bleeding at 2 points. Very close here for the German forces. Soviets very close to victory. The piles over here on the left-hand side do end up getting pinned down, so they don't manage to go for the cap. And the center point now getting assaulted by Mearson directly. He goes with all his units, Grenadiers, and his piles, risking them getting burned by the fire here. And is going to try to go for the cap. The Panther does get taken out by the AT guns. The AT guns are getting flanked by another Panther, and we have this other AT gun over here. A Brumbar getting produced by Thadric. That is a very nice choice. Oh, a nice shot there by the artillery. Clears out that MG42 that got stolen at some point. And the Panther moves in, trying to stop the cap. Northern side, Grenadiers do manage to clear out the forces in the north and going to go for the cap on the point. But at the same time, there is a cap going down in the center. And the left-hand side is still in possession of German forces because of that bunker. We have a shock group squad going in. They're going to throw a smoke nade. Very nice move here by Bazooka Joe. Going to break line of sight and going to go for the cap. But the MG42 still opening up on them, getting the suppression. That's quite unfortunate. Not exactly sure how it can see them. Well, it looks like the left-hand side is the guy. Does manage to get the decap, however, but they will probably end up getting capped. But that is 1 point, down to 1 point, and I think that's it. Oh my god, that was very close. So, an unfortunate loss there for the German forces. They do end up getting taken down to 0 points. But that was very close. I think they were in the verge of actually winning the game, although it's anybody's game at this point, really. There is a lot of fuel left over for Whiffed, which he could start getting a lot of tanks with, but he is very reluctant to do so. But yeah, that was a very nice game. Very down to the wire. Almost, I was rooting for my Germans here, but no, unfortunately, the Soviets end up winning. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. Once again, I would appreciate any feedback you have on the overlay. It does take quite a bit of time. I'm thinking that I probably need to grow these a little bit more. I mean, it's nice to have them there, but you don't really get to see too much. So I don't want to, have them take up the entire screen over here or everything, like this. But yeah, I could maybe afford a little bit bigger on these ones and just make it a little bit more visible. Let me know what you guys think. But anyways, guys, once again, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.